Before Dizzy, Asu, or Faide, there was Yuraah, a player that was perhaps before his time. By Season 3 of Apex Legends, he had already mastered the movement mechanics, zip lines, and aim that we now see 7 seasons later. This was Yuraah. Yuraah was an up-and-coming pro-level player that came onto the Apex scene early and was cracked out of his mind, and I can almost guarantee you've never heard of him, but we'll get into why later. He was shortly signed to CrowdCrowd's Apex roster and began competing in the ALGS scrims. He stated at the time he had devoted his entire life to Apex Legends, and reportedly had spent over 1,000 hours in the firing range alone. He was gaining followers on Twitch, which was a feat in and of itself, because when he first started, he only had about 3 to 4 viewers. He quickly gained about 2K subs after dedicating all his time to the game. Things looked promising for this young gun that no one knew. He was an up-and-coming star, and Yuraah thought he was about to arrive as a respected peer as one of the greats of this new Rael. But then...
Okay, he's cheating. What? How far away is that? Excuse you? Like, look at his crosshair. Are you looking at his crosshair, guys? Look at this. Look at his crosshair. It doesn't move a millimeter.
No way! Some other pros and streamers thought Yuraah's aim and awareness was a little too good to be true, but mostly just one player. Matafe, or Matafe? Anyways, he claimed Yuraah was cheating in scrims and ruining pro matches, and as a result, Yuraah was banned from either a specific tournament or just one. This is kind of unclear, as I've had to dig through a bunch of old tweets and videos to find out this information. Another streamer content creator, ottr, who I don't particularly care for, also accused him of cheating.
Let's look at Yuraah as he pushes. He gets this kill on the Pathfinder. It's nothing really special. He's just shooting a Pathfinder, right? It's not a big deal. Yeah, I do that all the time. Sprays the Wraith, you know, flicks a little bit to the side because he saw a guy. That's not a big deal. I can do that as well. I'm just as good as Yuraah Twitch. But now, let's watch that again. Let's watch that in 0.25, right? You just slow it down. You slow it down all the way. Okay? Okay, I went way too far back. To the Wraith. Okay, now. Let's actually go through what happens here, okay? He's shooting the Wraith, like he's holding his shoot button. And then, whoopam! Okay, it snapped right on the caustic. He's like, oh fucking shit, holy balls. I just fucking toggled onto the caustic. And he throws his mouse to the side. Because he realized what happened. Like, Yuraah has a tendency of doing this.
He also said he ran a boosting service for Apex, though I could not find any evidence of this anywhere other than people just saying it. I saw one Reddit post where someone claimed he was and would post evidence, but never did. Shortly after this, Yuraah appealed his case to Eric Hewitt, the community manager of esports in Apex, and asked how he could clear his name. According to Yuraah, he was told not to worry about it, and he would have his chance to prove himself at LANs, where the anti-cheat is much more powerful. Shortly after, Yuraah was in a pro scrim match and happened to wipe Matafe's team. Matafe clapped back on Twitter after the match and said Yuraah should be banned for cheating at scrims, and then Yuraah the same day was banned in Apex altogether. According to Respawn, Yuraah was not banned due to community outrage. They alluded to the fact that they had more, such as logs, though Yuraah was banned manually, which means their anti-cheat did not detect any cheats, such as macros, aimbot, and so on. And you did have a pro Apex player launching accusations that he was cheating. And in some of his clips, things do seem a bit sus.
Пиздец полный.
What do you think about Yuraah Cheating? I don't think so, man. He's just a really good player.
There seems to be only 2 clips that come up as evidence against Yuraah as a hacker, and seemingly only 1 pro player that couldn't handle being killed by him. And this is where the case for Yuraah gets interesting. Most of the clips that seem sus, he had a gold barrel on his R99, which from personal experience basically gives you 0 recoil on the R99. It wasn't uncommon to hit someone for 200 across the map with this attachment, and has since been removed from the game. And also, the PK was extremely strong back in Season 3, and only required 2 solid hits to down someone with gold shield. I would like to point out, in this infamous clip of Yuraah supposedly aim-locking, he doesn't actually get any hits on the player until he adjusts his aim. The red hit that you see as he swipes to his left is of him getting his last shots on the previous player. Hit markers are notoriously unreliable in Apex, which is why some pro players and content creators have opted to turn them off. No way! Yuraah was actually unbanned by Respawn, and he was streaming while devs watched him play, all the while in contact with technical support, and then was banned again by devs watching him, and not by the technical support monitoring his play. Meanwhile, the story on Twitter was he had modified game files to be unbanned, but the truth was, he was unbanned after making his case, and then rebanned while live streaming. While Respawn has maintained its silence on actual hard evidence because they don't want to give other cheaters ammunition, we may never know if Yuraah was a cheater or not. Was Yuraah simply just ahead of his time? Or was he an aimbotter and a cheater like everyone said? The truth is, we may never know. But personally, I don't think that he did. But that's just my opinion. What do you think?
Папа, блядь, на связи. Там пизда, там вокзал нахуй. Мангал, блядь. Нет.
Спрыгивай с 3-го ко мне.
Молчи, молчи.
За тобой.
Нок. Но нахуй! Еще! Домой нахуй!